Okay, so earlier we downloaded our text file information. We created two new text files here for our hymn text. So we went through in our scenes, we went to the hymn scenes, and we added our text. The next thing we need to do is a little bit of familiarization with OBS Studio. To do this, we're just going to look at the screen as you're going to see it on Sunday. So we have the scenes. First one is slideshow. This is a slideshow that we can play. That slideshow just has members of the church. You've seen it. You know what it is. The next one is the main video. So the main video is going to be primary. That's what everybody sees, and then we have a couple of audio changes that we do, but those are going to be used in the Stream Deck, and you should kind of have a little bit of familiarization with the Stream Deck by now. So um, let's start off with some of what happens when we push the buttons on the Stream Deck. When we push organ video and USB mic, we press that. That's going to turn the Elgato sound microphone off, which is this. You can see that that's red, and it turns the USB mic on. The USB mic is a stereo microphone. It's good for recording the organ. The Elgato is connected to our sound system, and that's basically for recording human voice only, and not even singing. It's better for just spoken word. The next thing we have is speaker at lectern. We're going to push that button. When I push that button, I want you to notice what happened here. So the USB mic is muted and the Elgato is turned on. So at this point I would be picking up everything off of the sound system. So that's the two buttons, the first two buttons that we need to know about. Next one is going to be Quilt. Quilt is just one that I programmed in for July 5th service. I'm going to push that, and you will see here, this is Kathy giving us a nice presentation for her quilt. I'm going to go ahead and take us back to speaker at lectern. So by pushing speaker at lectern, you can see what's going out to the world. Just went back to the speaker view. Push hymn 1. There's our hymn 1 text. Hymn 2. There's our hymn 2 text. If we have a hymn 1 verse 2 or a hymn 2 verse 2, you can see here from last Sunday or the Sunday before, here is hymn 1 verse 2, and this would be hymn 2 verse 2. So those are the ones you're going to push. You're probably primarily going to be pushing hymn 1 and then hymn 2. What else can we go over OBS Studio here? Oh, here's something that you should really know. Down here at the bottom of the Stream Deck, you have USB microphone on and Elgato sound off. These two allow you individual control of the microphones. So there's a couple of ways to control the mics. First things, just pushing the organ and the speaker. That's the two primary ways we do this. If say somebody's at the speaker, there's a speaker at the lectern, and you want to capture the chime, the speaker microphone, the Elgato microphone, doesn't do very well at that. So what we want to do there is we're going to push the USB mic. We push this little button on our Stream Deck, so I'm going to push it, and on the Stream Deck the text turns green. But if you also notice right here on your audio mixer, you'll see that both of those mics are unmuted. So I'm going to go ahead and mute the USB mic, and you see it mutes there. Now I'm going to mute the Elgato mic, and you can see there where it is muted. So those are some of the buttons that we have on here that we need to know about. Once we have gotten familiarized with that, the next most important thing is going to be creating our link. So in OBS Studio, we have some settings, and over here on the bottom right hand side we have settings. I'm going to go ahead and click the settings button, And as we pull these settings up, you'll see that there's a left column here that has general, it has stream, output, audio, video, hotkeys, advanced. What we're concerned about is stream. So we're going to click on stream, and you see that we have a stream key here. Now, that's all, it's hidden, it confuses every time, or it changes every time, sorry, and we need to get a new stream key. You can hit get stream key, but I found that doesn't actually work very well. So instead, what we're going to do is we are going to I'm going to minimize. Well, I can't minimize. I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to show you the nice and easy way, which is press YouTube Studio. Alright, you can see here we've got our YouTube Studio up. Now I'm going to bring up our OBS, and just to make things easier, I'm going to go ahead and set these two windows up side by side. To do this, you just grab the OBS Studio, pull it all the way to the right. It'll fill up the left side or the right side. And then you do the same with the YouTube Studio. You pull it all the way to the left, and it'll fill up the left side. Alright, so this is what you should see, something along these lines. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on settings, and you can see here's our settings. I'm going to go to stream. You can see our stream key. Now in the YouTube, let's go over to the left side of our screen. YouTube, you have create, you have upload videos, and you have go live. Create up here, it's in the top right hand corner of the YouTube Studio, and then you have upload videos and then go live. Let's click on go live. We click on go live, it'll come up, says new stream with last used settings, and we want to reuse those settings because we're going to make it as easy as possible. You'll go through, you'll change the date, so it'll be Heidelberg service for 7/5. This date will be 7/5, and this time it should be something like 9:50 in the morning, 9:45, 9:50 in the morning. So you're going to change the date on the very top line here where it says Heidelberg UCC service. You're going to change that to the current date. The date down here under people and blogs, that should be filled out with the day, when you're actually doing this. So next time will be 7/5, and then the time, you want to make that around 9:30, 9:45, 9:50, just sometime a little bit before service. You can start at an hour before service if you want. So you're just going to set that, and then you hit create. When you hit create, you'll see it brings you to a new screen. Now let's look at the YouTube Studio. We have a couple of things. This is going to be our streaming preview in the top left quadrant. Down below that it says stream key. It says auto generated key, and then it says stream key paste in encoder, and you see all these dots. Over to the right of that it says copy. Just go ahead and hit copy. Alright, you see it says successfully copied to clipboard. Now we're going to come over to our OBS Studio in our settings, and in stream we're going to select the old stream key, delete that out of there, and then we're going to paste the new stream key. Then we hit apply, which is down in the bottom right corner, and then we hit OK. So as you can see here, we have just copied our stream key from YouTube into the OBS Studio. So to start streaming now, we are going to come into OBS Studio. Down in the bottom right side, so in the lower right hand quadrant, we hit start streaming. When we hit start streaming, a couple of things are going to happen. Number one, we'll start streaming, but secondly, it's going to start recording. We want it to record, so just let that record. So let's go ahead and hit start streaming, and you'll see there it says stop recording. You're going to just let it run. It's going to record. So as it's streaming and recording, we look over here on the left hand side and look at there's our preview. So we can see what we're broadcasting out to the world right now. It says we have an excellent connection. Everything looks really good. So if you are satisfied and you like what you're seeing, go ahead and hit go live. So when you hit go live, it goes to going live. You'll see the little circle here as it's thinking. And look at there, we are now live on the internet. In order to monitor your system, what I highly recommend, this is what I do every Sunday, I come up here to the top, just to the left of in stream, and you'll see this little arrow pointing to the right. Click on that, it says share, and you see this highlighted blue text. Go ahead, right click on that and copy. And I want you to come up to your Google Chrome, hit new tab, so hit the little plus, new tab, and then paste that in there and hit enter. So when you do that, that is bringing up your live stream. And I highly recommend that you have some speakers plugged in, kind of like these. You're going to have those plugged in, and this allows you to monitor the YouTube stream. Okay, so you should be listening to this on the YouTube stream through the headset, and that'll give you a real-time audio feed. So with that, that's the basics on how to start live streaming. So you're going to be live streaming, you're going to be pushing the buttons on here on the Stream Deck, and that's going to choose whatever scene you want. And as you see, we just kind of flip through these, and it'll show up, and there's about a 30-second delay or so. We're going to go through those. Okay, some of the other buttons that we're going to learn about are the YouTube buttons over on the right hand side. So let's start with the good morning. When I push good morning, look at there, right down here in our YouTube chat, it says good morning Heidelberg, welcome to today's service. I have a bulletin link that we will program in there. We also have our Give Plus message. Didn't like that one for some reason. Let's do that again. There we go. There's our Give Plus message. And then finally we have our Zoom invite. I don't know if you can see it, but down here on the button itself, if it is not successful, you'll see a little exclamation point. It's a yellow triangle with an exclamation point. If it was a successful command, it'll be a green circle with a check mark in it. There we go. We just got our green circle with a check mark. And you can see down here in our chat that all of these chat messages are coming up. So that is how we will use our Stream Deck and OBS Studio. Once the service has concluded, we're going to need to stop our service. So the first thing that I recommend that you do is come down here to your chat and click on the Zoom meeting. So you're going to click on that. It's going to bring up our Zoom. You hit open Zoom meetings. Alright, go ahead and get that started. You're going to hit join with video, and then you're going to go through that. The next thing you need to do is we need to stop streaming to YouTube. So there's a couple of things that we have to do, and we have to make sure that we do both of them. So the first thing is over here on our OBS Studio, we're going to hit stop streaming. Okay, and you see it says stop streaming. It's stopped the streaming and it stops recording. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Now look, we're not streaming. You can see that YouTube's trying to stream, but it's getting no data from OBS Studio. So we're going to go to our live streaming tab, so the YouTube Studio tab, and we're going to hit End Stream. And when you hit End Stream, it says, are you sure you want to end your stream? And then hit End. Alright, so that's going to come up, and you'll see that it says Stream Finished here. And it says Edit in Studio or Dismiss. I would just go ahead and hit Dismiss. And the other thing that I would recommend that you do is come over here into the chat box, and let's go ahead and just copy all of that chat. So you want to select all that chat, right click, hit copy, and I want you to go in to Notepad and paste that chat in there. That gives you a chance to keep that chat after the service is concluded, and then just file, save as, and save it in today's service. Remember that folder we made earlier, 0705 service, and just save it as chat log or something along those lines, and hit save. So that is the gist of how to do a service. We will finish this up now, and that's pretty much how you do a service. Thanks.